Hi friends. In the part 1 of this basics of internet, we have discussed about the common language or the protocol used, the IP addressing system and the different data types which reaches the client and server. So we'll start with first understanding what's the World Wide Web or WWW meaning is. Basically in the network system we'll have internet, not that we only have internet, we may have intranet also. In your school, college or in the corporate office we'll have a may have a small or a big network. This is connected to the internet, but it has a local network only. So in that case, if site there, we can also host the sites in a different computers or servers inside our intranet. So when you refer to a site inside the intranet, we just refer it by the domain name or site name what it is. But when you specify, tell that see this particular site is exist in the internet, that time we usually use www or the presence of World Wide Web, we mention it. But this rule is not a must. Even there are incidents where the corporate sites are in the intranet have the name as www also, and there are internet you can access the site with both way, because that is how the servers are configured. Even you can access without www also google.com, and you can go to google.com with www also. This is the way how the server is configured, but it is a better advisable to use one type of only, not mix the both. Now let's say how we identify or we reach a site or reach a server. Say I have just typed any domain name in my browser, in my client terminal. So finally what happens? We know first thing, we know the domain name only, we don't know all those number of IP address. So we take the help of our DNS server. DNS server tells me, oh, that site, you okay, take this IP address. Now this internet is all full with all the hardwares which works like a traffic signal to me or traffic police who guides us to reach our destination server. So we finally reach our particular server wherever the data or the information is related. Now all this happens very fast. Okay, now we have identified the domain name and we have reached the server. Now the server this knows that I am coming for a particular website. So what it will do, it will guide me to a directory. Now a website is a location in a directory of a particular server. So there can be many files in this. So moment I write here one particular domain address slash this, exactly this point is points to this point. Now you can see I have site 1 because I have intentionally written it, because there can be site 2, site 3, site 4 like that also. So multiple sites can be hosted in the same server. That we will discuss when we discuss about different type of hosting, shared hostings, dedicated hosting and all those things. And most of the sites, unless you are a very big player, you will be always going for a shared hosting. So one server is shared by different domain names or different servers. One server is shared by different domains. Now this domain reaches here because I have not told any file to be particularly, so it will point to this directory only and leave it. Then which file to show? In that directory we know there will be many files will be there. Contact us, index, about, blog 1, blog 2, like that many will be there. The servers are usually configured to by default to show the index.html. You may say that this is not always true. Yes, there can be default.html, there can be index.php or some other file or some other in the server the way it is framework is set up, it may show me a default file, or I may not see the file name but I will get a file. So in that case, that particular file which first it shows up is known as home page, or that is the default page or the home page of the site. Now you may say that I can use about us page as a home page. Fine, you can do that also. You can configure that show me first that about us HTML, don't show me the index. But usually it's a convention that index or the home page or the default.html or default.php, whatever you configure, that is known as the home page. From that page we go to different pages. Now let's think about when you come to know about one page, I may need to go to another page also after reaching the home page. How I will go that? For that I will just write a link. We call it a hyperlink. So there is you just see a href tag, the file name I have written, and it ends with that, and this is known as anchored text, or this text, this part is not appeared to the visitor, and only this text part will be appearing, and visitor can put the mouse over it and click that. Once he click that, he will go to the about us page. Now about us page, then he wants to come back, he want to go to contact us. Similarly, I had to place the similar hyperlinks for the visitor, present him to go to different page. The entire way works through these hyperlinks. Is it that I can move only within from one page of the server to another page of the server? No, I can move out also. I can go to a different page of a different server altogether located in a different continent. But what happens? I can simply write the server name instead of giving anything file name, and tells that this is another server. Now you tell me one other thing, because I am not writing any IP address and I am going out of my current server, so I need to specify a IP address. Here again it will take the help of the DNS server, all the traffic police we discussed in the previous slide, and reach the second server where I am doing. Then I am just leaving you another question. Then in that case, can I write a IP address here? Yes, you can write IP address, but that time you have to, after the IP address, you know that there is some lot of path is there. Direct IP address will point us to the server, but the server route, from that you have to go to different directories. So you have to correctly address the IP address with the directory, exactly path if you can give. Even you don't require the domain name, directly you can reach it also. So I will, as before, I will just leave you a question now. Can I host a website in my desktop? Technically and practically. I will put this question in another way. I prepare food for myself. I eat alone, and I have a kitchen where I can prepare the food. Does that mean why I cannot open a restaurant in my house? Technically, again, the answer is yes, because people come there to eat food. So I have a kitchen. I can prepare and give the food. So I can open a restaurant. But practically there are difficulties. How many people I should have a sitting arrangement for them? They will come at a time, so I should have a wide connected road to that. Hundreds of cars will come, where I will park it, how much crowded will be, can they sit all together comfortably, or someone will have to wait it, they may go out because I don't have chairs for them. So all those practical difficult, but technically speaking, yes, food is there, I have a kitchen, and moreover I cannot serve more than one person at a time. All those restrictions will be there. The same thing applies here also, but technically it is fine. What are those difficulties practically we'll face when we host a site in our own laptop or a desktop? We'll discuss it in the next. Before that, thank you friends. Do subscribe, put your doubts and questions below, and if you don't agree with any of the points, write it. That will be a learning point for me. And in the next tutorial, we'll see how the servers will set up, how the HTML, and what is the domain, what is that hosting which stops us from hosting our sites in our desktops. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you.